to honor Ovide LaMontagne, I would be remiss if I did not bring up a person who has helped make this night possible. In addition to all of the staff of Americans of Prosperity, our friends and family, there is one person who since the beginning of our organization here in New Hampshire has served as our honorary chairman. That person is a proven tax fighter. He and his family, the Thompson family, have been in the state of New Hampshire for many years fighting for lower taxes and less regulation. I can tell you that TomTomson, who is our chairman here in New Hampshire, is not a chairman in name only. His wife will attest to the countless hours that we spend on the phone together planning and executing events. All of the work that Tom puts in his own time that he does not get compensated for. And the number of times I call Tom and he's out in his tree farm somewhere taking my calls, listening to Howie Carr. I do believe that this night would not be possible without the help of TomTomson, our honorary chair. And tonight, I would like to bestow Tom with an honor and an award that I'd like to read to you. So if you just indulge me for a minute, I'd appreciate it. This says, presented to TomTomson, in recognition and gratitude for your tireless service and commitment to Americans for Prosperity Foundation, April 29, 2011. I'd like to welcome up the honorary chairman of this New Hampshire chapter of Americans for Prosperity and my friend, TomTomson.
Was an ad that my father, actually was a record, a 45 record that my father used in campaigning back in the early 70s. That's the way they did it back then. Today it's Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and all of those other things that I don't know anything about. I yearn for the good old days. These are the good old days. Axe to tax. I brought this out in 2008. But after the individual was elected, which I think you know who I'm talking about, who has spent trillions of dollars of ours and got us deeper in debt, I had to supersize the axe to the one that you see over here, which is cut taxes, cut spending, and cut the size of government. Before I start, I'd like to ask all veterans to please rise. It is the veterans that keep this nation the freest nation in the world, and thank you for your service. Thank you. I don't have a gift for Corey Lewandowski as the director of the Americans for Prosperity in New Hampshire, but I will get something for you, Corey.
Thank you.
But I want to reach out and thank Corey for the tireless work that he has done, and this is an example of what has happened under the leadership of Corey Lewandowski, and I am proud to be the honorary chair of Americans for Prosperity here in New Hampshire. But there's another individual who has done just as much, but behind the scenes, and that's his wife, Allison, who both of them are expecting their 4th child. And Allison, I hope you can wait till this meeting is over. It is an honor and a pleasure, as chairman of the New Hampshire Americans for Prosperity, to play a part in their first conservative year award to a very conservative individual here in New Hampshire, Ovide Lamontagne. Ovide. If I had one wish tonight, it would be to have my parents here to see and celebrate this event with you and your wife and family. For those of you who don't know my parents, my father was the governor of this great state of New Hampshire from 1973 to 1979. During that time, he was known as the most conservative fiscal governor in the United States. And my mother was one of the most gracious first ladies of New Hampshire. They both left our family and our state with an example to live by and a legacy to be proud of. Because of their fiscal conservative principles, they left a surplus every single year they were in charge of the state of New Hampshire. In a state with no sales or income tax. Yeah. Let me share with you a few words that were written by my father some 37 years ago. And it could have been written this morning with what is going on. Our government was formed to serve the people and provide us with the basic essentials. Yet look at what is happening. We, the taxpayers, will soon be total servants to our government. No, we won't. We must insist that the state and federal government, like us, live within our means. I, for one, refuse to become a servant to our government, who is more concerned with sticking their greedy hands in our pockets and extracting more of our hard-earned money to build a bigger government. I choose. This is my father's words and mine tonight. I choose to live by our famous state motto. Help me out, folks. Live free or die. In 1992, with the national debt, it was $4,000 per man, woman, and child in the United States. Today, it is over, or just under $50,000 per man, woman, and child. And it is rising by the minute, and we know that it is not sustainable. I want to thank the 5 potential presidential candidates that have taken the time to come here tonight. And it will be a great evening to listen to them on the Summit of Spending and Job Creation. And I know some of them had an invite to the royal wedding, but they chose our event over that. As fiscal conservatives, we must stand together. For united we stand, or divided we fall. And we must not fall, or we will fail our children. Like Paul Revere, we must sound the alarm to our fellow citizens. This upcoming election of 2012 will be a defining moment in our history. Under the Obama administration, our nation, our state, and our way of life is in jeopardy, and the time is running out. Thank you all. This is going to be a great event. God bless America.